Hello, Debbie Lucas Angel here, candidate for Kentucky's 61st House District. That's 5 precincts in Boone, 2 in Kenton, all of Gallatin, and all of Grant County. And I'm here with another installment of Debbie's Discussions, where I talk about things that affect my campaign, things that affect the district as a whole, and just try to expand a little bit on things so folks can understand where I'm coming from and what I view and as issues within our district. So today what I'm going to discuss is something that is near and dear to my heart, and it is public education. We need to support our public education. I myself am a product of public education from all the way from when I was in the first grade all the way up through college. And I am where I am today because of public education. I would never have been able to afford to go into private schools if I'd have tried, and so I wouldn't be able to have the things that I have and do the things I do today. So it's one of the most important things, if not the most important thing, that our tax dollars are spent for. So everybody ought to be able to have the opportunity to go to school, to get a good, solid education, and everybody should be able to be on a level playing field, so that as we move forward from childhood to adulthood, that we can achieve what we want to achieve. And so one of the things I've noticed in public education here lately is a disrespect for teachers and for public education as a whole. A lot of mis and disinformation is swirling around out there, that teachers try to indoctrinate children, that different things that are being taught. The legislature is trying to dictate to the teachers what they can and can't teach. Unless you're a teacher, you don't understand how to teach. And to denigrate the teachers who have spent their time, their lives, their everything, pouring it into educating children, and to act like they just have no idea what they're doing is ridiculous. Okay? And so we need to stop that. And we need to pay teachers what they're worth. They're the ones that teach our children the basic building blocks that the children need to move into, successful adulthood. So they need to be paid a good wage of what they're really worth, not what some politician thinks they're worth. And our teachers in Kentucky are woefully underpaid. Their calling is their career, and we should respect that. And then we should also fully fund our education system itself. $4,100 right now is what the legislature appropriated per student. And now they want to take that money and they want to be able to take it out of the public school, take with that student and go to a private school or go to a charter school. And a lot of folks are pinning their hopes on charter schools, and I'm here to tell you that that's not what we need to do. Most charter schools, after, I don't know, I've heard 5 to 10 years, tend to fail. And that's the majority of them. The exception to the rule are the ones that succeed. Frankly, when you take public funds and you put it into a private system of some sort, usually the public is the one that loses. So, and we're also pitting districts and schools against themselves, because by opening a door with these charter schools, any kid in any district can go to another district, and what's going to happen is children from the poorer districts are going to go to the more expensive districts because people want their children to have a good education, and I fully understand that. But as they're pulled out of the smaller districts and go to the bigger districts, then the smaller districts are going to be left with, with little funding, and so they can't afford to they can't afford to buy the things that they need to run the school, and they can't afford to pay their teachers. So it's already, this stuff is just upending the level playing field, and we just really need to stop that. And when you privatize education, our children become widgets. They become a dollar sign, a bottom line, and that's not what education is supposed to be. So what we need to do is we need to stop passing around mis and disinformation about things, and we need to quit denigrating our teachers and our education. And so we need to do things to move us forward so we can have real classes. We need to have civics classes that teaches people how how government works, so that they'll understand. We do need to have the STEM classes for the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but we also need our art and physical education classes. Mind and body needs to be developed. And then allow our teachers to use that education that they work so hard to get to actually teach our children. So teachers are not our enemy. Our education system is not the enemy. Misinformation and disinformation is the enemy. And the more that we pass around, the worse it is for our educational system. Everybody needs a right to a good, solid education, and that's what public education does. So I propose we take a fresh start. FRESH is an acronym I came up with. Fully fund salaries, respect teachers, have an equal playing field for all, stop privatization of our schools, and help with a hand up, not a boot down. So again, my name is Debbie Lucas Angel, and I'm candidate for Kentucky's 61st House District. You can call me at 859-803-7587. Email me, dla4.61@yahoo.com. You can look my webpage up, debbielucasangel.com. It's Debbie with a Y. Call me, text me, IM me, email me. I'd love to talk to you about these issues. And today, again, we talked about education. Research, look into it. Don't just accept what somebody else says. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you next time on Debbie's Discussions.